I received another mail order delivery of trees, shrubs, and it's time to take a look and see what we have. First up is a species that I was growing before the 2022 deep freeze, and that is Acuba japonica. This is the ceratifolia cultivar, and I'm going to try it again and hope that that deep freeze was a potential one-off. And last time I lost this species, I didn't really wait for it to re-sprout from the ground, so I think it would probably do that again in a future deep freeze anyway. So I think it's more of a long-term experiment here. This Acuba japonica is supposed to be cold hardy, I guess all the way to zone 6, so it really shouldn't have a problem here in my zone 7 in Nashville, Tennessee. Next to that is another species that I was trying before the 2022 deep freeze and lost, and that is actually genus Sarcococa. I think last time, I can't remember if I had Sarcococa ruscifolia or the other one. I can't remember the name of it right now, but this is, once again, Sarcococa ruscifolia. And this one came from Home Depot, and by the way, the ceratifolia Acuba came from wilsonbrothersgardens.com. So they both look really good, and as you can see, they were shipped in pots, and I didn't show the boxes, but they were very well packaged, very secure. So I'm going to try Sarcococa. It's a member of the boxwood family, which is good for me because in theory that family is resistant to armillaria root rot. So on the other hand, Acuba is susceptible, so I have to site this one in a location far away from known armillaria infection sites. Okay, so the next one here is another species that I also had tried before the 2022 deep freeze, or I guess genus at least. This is Viburnum odoratissimum, the sweet viburnum, and I think that I had Viburnum awabuki, which is a different sweet viburnum. And I'm going to try this one and see how it does. It's supposed to be cold hardy in zone 7. We'll find out. I ordered this from Home Depot because last fall I had seen some viburnums at Home Depot that seemed to have very sturdy leaves, and this one the leaves are not quite as thick as what I saw before, but I think it's the same species, so maybe they thicken up as the summer progresses. But so far looks pretty good, fairly large, also came in a pot, so good packing. And then the last one is a species that is new for me this year, and I showed in a previous video. This is a Dendropanax trifidus, and I purchased a smaller one from Nurcar, but that one looked pretty good, so I decided to try my luck on a larger one from camforest.com, and that's what this one is here. This is the 6-quart size, and it's fairly tall. I guess it's about approaching 3 or 4 feet tall. So I was very surprised by how large it is, and I'm definitely going to put that one in a location that is maybe near the armillaria risk zone, because I just have this theory that the Dendropanax genus may be more resistant since it's a member of the ivy family. And I believe ivies were one of the plants that are resistant to armillaria. Other thing about this that's a key takeaway here is, given the size of this plant, I am even more confused than I was before about why Camforest lists certain trees as only available for nursery pickup, because they're clearly capable of shipping a large tree. So really confused. If anybody from Camforest ever hears this, just start shipping the larger trees. No more excuses, right? I'm going to show you a few more things, a few more plants that I have that are already kind of healed into the ground, so let's check those. I don't think I've shown this yet, but I purchased a new Agarista populifolia, and that came from Keeping It Green Nurseries out in Washington State. And also a species that I've never tried before, Helwingia omoiensis, which I think is very closely related to Helwingia chinensis. And this is a species from China. And as you know, Agarista populifolia is native to the southeastern U.S., and I already have one of those, and it's done very well, so had to get another one. This specimen is fairly small, and so far I'm encouraged by the look of the Helwingia. It looks very robust. It's supposed to be cold hardy, and the fact that it comes from central western China is good for me, because that region of the world has a climate that is almost identical to Tennessee. And here's one that's sure to raise a few eyebrows among my viewers, and this is loquat, Japanese loquat. Areobatria japonica is the Latin name. And I've watched a bunch of videos and read a bunch of stuff online about this, and the consensus seems to be that the evergreen foliage can survive in Zone 7, but the tree will not produce the loquat fruit, which is personally for me of no importance whatsoever. I could care less about the fruit. I just want the green foliage. So I'm going to try this one and see how it goes. And I've also ordered another one. This one came from WilsonBrothersGardens.com, and I've ordered another one from Woodlanders. So we'll compare and contrast whenever the Woodlanders order arrives. One more update here, and that is that I have planted a Scotch broom, which is Cytisus scoparius, and technically this is a deciduous large shrub to small tree, probably a large shrub, and those little green leaves you see there are the actual deciduous leaves, but crucially all of the stems are photosynthetic stems, and it will remain green on the stems year-round. So I think technically it still fits within the theme of my evergreen planting, and I just wanted something relatively low for this spot, so I don't mind its bushy tendencies, but I have eliminated some alternate trunks down there, so I will, like everything else, eventually train it to have a single trunk. So a bit of an experiment, but I, as always, have to continue expanding my selection of genera to withstand all the problems that face this evergreen collection. So there you go. Found that at Lowe's, I believe, actually. And also, this one is a fail for Home Depot. Home Depot has a product marketed on their website as Portuguese laurel, Prunus lusitanica, but this is clearly cherry laurel, Prunus laurocerasus. I'm guessing it's the Skipka or skip laurel variety, and I'm happy to have it because I wanted one of these, but as soon as I opened the box, I knew it was not Portuguese laurel. So to anyone out there contemplating ordering the Portuguese laurel from Home Depot, don't do it because it's not Portuguese laurel. Here, I'll show you the real one. Notice the color of the petioles here, I guess the connection of the leaf to the branch there. They're nice and green. And take a look at the shape of the leaf, very oblong, serrated. Just take a look at that. I'm going to quickly bounce over to the Portuguese laurel. Okay, here's the Portuguese laurel, and you can see there's a lot of red here that was not present on the cherry laurel, and the leaves have a totally different shape. They're more lobed serrations as opposed to those fine-toothed points, and the leaves are actually a lot more, I guess, curved up like V-shape. Not sure what you call that, but definitely that was not Portuguese laurel. That was just regular cherry laurel, so watch out for that.